Hi everybody, it's Elise and I'm here to talk to you about face masks. So I designed the Pony Friday face masks after doing a ton of research and testing a few prototypes and creating something that I felt was comfortable and somewhat stylish. So as far as face masks go, we're really happy with how our face masks look. So I wanted to just take you through what it takes me to make your mask. Each of our face masks has 3 layers. So there's 2 layers of the soft jersey, and this is the same jersey that we make these beautiful soft shirts from. So it's pretty lovely on your face. As far as a mask goes, these ones are really comfortable. There's also a light layer of woven fabric inside, because as we know, jersey is knit fabric. So just to give that extra layer of protection. And these are really nice soft skate laces, custom ordered in our colors, which is super fun. And there's also a pocket in the inside. So if you wanted to add an extra layer of filter, you are free to do that. And there's a nice wire. There's a wire in the top here to help form to your face. So this fits adults of all shapes and sizes, people with facial hair. It's very accommodating. On my face, it goes fairly high. It's definitely not for children. It would probably go over their ears because it's quite generous in its size. Very soft. So why 3 layers? I tried a prototype with 2 layers and decided that it was too thin. It's just a bit weird. It needed an extra layer. Very breathable because rayon from bamboo knit fabric is super breathable. And then I thought, okay, so let's try 4 layers with 2 layers of woven lining. And this just felt really ruffling. It just felt like too much. So that's how we ended up with 3 layers. We're actually testing it out. So let's just go through the steps it takes me to make your mask, because I'm so in it. Downstairs. So this is my upstairs office where I can see outside and it's really nice. And then downstairs, where it's kind of chilly in the basement, is where I am making masks. On one side of the table, I have my sewing machine, and on the other, I have a really nice serger, and I'm using both to make these as amazing as possible. So let's just talk about some tools besides the 2 machines. Scissors. These are my sewing scissors. I wrote that on there so that I wouldn't mistakenly use them for paper, because that really dulls scissor blades. And then this, which is a rotary cutter. I just call it a pizza cutter. It's a fabric pizza cutter for my fabric pizza. And I have a really nice cutting mat. This is just one that I use for paper upstairs in the office. It's pretty small. I have a bigger one ordered because I've been making a lot of masks and I could use a little bit more cutting real estate down on my little table. I have a magnetic pin cushion with all sorts of pins. These long ones, I don't know if you can see, are glass knobs at the end, and they are my favorite because they're quite thin and super easy to use. And I have a nice acrylic ruler that works really great for keeping my pizza cutter on the straight and narrow. That's new. The acrylic cutter is new. I just got it since starting the mask project. I was using this little ruler, and you know what? Sometimes it would slide around and I wouldn't get a straight line, which was making me frustrated. So what else does it take to make a mask? Well, we need the pieces. Lace, custom ordered, Canadian made actually, from a nice supplier. And we have the pattern pieces. Oh my goodness, let's go back. So I have 3 very crazy little pieces of paper. These are the same 3 pieces of paper that I use to make every mask. Really high tech here. And I already showed you the nice lace, which I'm really happy with. And then this technical wire that's in the nose piece to get the fit extra nice, which works super, is twist ties. Now, there's 3 twist ties in each, and I will give you a couple tips about twist ties if you're making your own mask. Twist ties are not all made equally. So the gauge in the wire, like the little wire, these are tin foil coated, I guess, and so they are pretty good for sustaining washing. Some wires are really thin, so they don't keep their shape and don't really do much. So you want to make sure that you get a fairly thick gauge, which is actually a lower gauge number, which is something I learned while trying to get twist ties reordered. So I take 3 of these beautiful twist ties, 3 of them per mask, and then I fold over each one of the little ends so that it doesn't get, like the little twist tie doesn't poke through. That's a very important tip. So if you're using twist ties, just crimp the end a little bit so it doesn't poke through your fabric. And of those fabric pieces, my little pattern pieces, I cut 2 of these for the sides, and then I cut 1 lining for the inside, and then I cut 1 piece of jersey. I know, so exciting so far. Then I take the twist ties and I sew them into the lining in a nice little pocket, and I sew the edges of the pocket so that the twist ties don't move around, so that they stay nicely in the top compartment. Okay, then I pin that lining into the piece of jersey and take it over to my serger, and I sew the top. Then, you guessed it, I sew the bottom, and I sew the other piece. So I have this nice little flappy thing. And it is a little bit tricky to pin jersey because it tends to curl. And the people that sew professionally and make our shirts at the factory have always told us that the jersey curls. And I'm having firsthand experience with that. So I have a new appreciation for their skill set. Once I have this lovely piece, I hand fold it. Hand fold it to kind of get the edges crimped at the sides. Pleated, I guess. Pleated is a word that's usually associated with men's khaki pants from like the 80s. So we'll just say they kind of like folded at the sides to crimp it up. And then I pin these lovely pieces, which kind of looks like a spaceship. And after that, I sew those pieces. This totally looks like some sort of Star Wars spaceship. And after this, I fold these sides. And it looks more finished. What? It's getting more finished. And then I fold them in, and now these are little pockets. It's very exciting. And then I take these little tags, these nice little Pony Friday tags. These are great little woven tags. I like to have like a dish of them handy. I have a huge bag, but like this dish is super cute, so I like to keep it nearby because it looks adorable. And then I sew that garment tag on. Now, see all these like threads? That's one thing that I didn't talk about. Between each phase, I'm trimming all these silly little threads so that the finished product is really nice and doesn't have any like weird strangly things. So once this lovely woven tag is sewn on, this is a finished mask. It's beautiful. Look how nice it looks. Very impressive. If I do say so myself, with a nice pocket, very comfortable. It's very soft. So nice on your face. And then I thread the shoelace, a little skate lace, I guess. It's very nice and thick. So great that it doesn't go over your ears. Now, one of the things that a lot of people have is they are having elastics around their ears. And for most of us, I feel like that's unappealing. It really gives you some ear fatigue. So people who wear glasses probably don't want something extra on their ears. But let's pretend that you actually wanted to have an elastic. You could easily take a piece of an elastic and thread it through with maybe like a chopstick or something skinny, like a crochet hook, a little paintbrush, a knitting needle. I thought I had a knitting needle around here somewhere. Regardless, you're gonna shove that little thing through. Let's take this little paintbrush. You can shove it through this nice little tube, and you could probably just tape this on. I wonder if I have some tape around here. I do, because I'm so prepared for this little video. You could tape this. Let's hope this works. I didn't do this as a test, but I feel like in theory it should work. Yeah, there you go. And you just pull that through. So you could knot that elastic on either side. I'm using a nice thick elastic. You can use whatever you have. A lot of people are using hair elastics, but that could cinch up your size. If you wanted to switch up from having this beautiful lace, or let's pretend your lace slipped out. This, taping it to the end of the paintbrush that you shove through, is a super way to get that rethreaded, because it can be a little bit tedious. And now let's talk about washing for just 1 second. If you have a nice garment wash bag with a zipper, these like mesh bags, a lot of undergarment manufacturers have these. I'm just covering the label of this one. But you could put your mask in there, because these lovely laces can get caught up in other things in the wash machine. This would be really, really easy to hand wash. I'll be honest, I have a whole bunch of them, and I don't know if this is great practice, because these are not medical grade, and these are just to protect us from moisture flying out of our mouths and protect other people. I just have been rotating through my masks. I don't go out very often, and when I do, I just kind of hang it up for, you know, a week and then rotate through and use another one. So if you were wondering what goes into making our masks and who is making them, I am making them personally in the basement. And those are all the things that go into making a mask. That's how I construct them. I am not giving the pattern because it is proprietary, but there's tons of patterns online, and we would be so happy to send you one of ours if you need a mask and want something that's fairly fashionable and comfortable. And a lot of our masks actually match our shirts. Look how trendy that is. I mean, come on. Look how cute. So, thank you very much for watching my mask making tutorial and how it's made mask at Pony Friday.